Hey, what's up, guys? So let me turn on my comments here. So yesterday was a good day, man. Four in one day. I'm going to talk to you about three plays in baseball that I really like today. One of them is a little bit iffy, but if you're paying attention, I'm going to give you a lot of data points on why they should win. I don't think many people are looking at this specific play, so I'm going to break it down for you, and then you guys can decide whatever you want to do. But I'm going to hook you guys up with an additional two plays, so a total of three plays. Let me get right into it. Let me just share what happened yesterday very quickly. Give me a second here. So very quickly, you can see I had the under RBI for Ben Williamson that cashed, and then we hit it with the Yankees. So the Yankees was a 13 in one day. They ended up hitting pretty easily. Then we took the Yankees at a -1.5. I gave you guys this play specifically yesterday. Yeah, you're welcome, Bob. So I gave you guys this play specifically yesterday, and it was a very easy, no sweat bet right there. And then we had Jackson Holiday. I also gave this one to you guys for free yesterday as well. And then Nico Horner gave that one for you for free as well. So all the plays that I gave you, there was one loss and four wins. So that was a good day, 4-1 yesterday. Let me get into the leans right here. Again, these are just leans. This is not something that I'm going with. I'm going to break down why I was even looking at these to begin with. Let me close Discord so it can stop ringing there. All right, give me a second here. All right, so here we go. Boston Red Sox. I was looking at this game very heavily. The other one I was looking at this game very heavily was the Angels. The reason I stayed away is that the projections were very close for both games. And then it was telling me that the opposite team was going to be dominating in the ninth inning. I've shared that before. I'm not going to get into the details today. But once I had too many contradictions, I stayed away. So I do like the Angels and I do like Red Sox, but I'm staying away today. I'm not forcing anything, especially on a Sunday, especially coming off that very bad loss 2 days ago, and then yesterday was a clean, almost a sweep day. So I want to just kind of keep it steady. So again, anyways, I'm going to read it to you. Boston Red Sox. They have Walker Buehler. He has an advantage on the mound with elite hitting from Devers and strong home record. Opposing weakness is Baltimore's poor road record and high ERA. All right, the Giants this is actually I'm going to give you a very deep analysis on why I'm going with the Giants, and if you guys want to follow that, that's going to be a very strong lean, and I'm going to hook you guys up with two additional plays as well. So stick around for that. All right, so we got Robbie Ray right here for the Giants. I'm gonna get very deep into this Giants game, but I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. But I'm not gonna read it here. But this is basically last night I got this information. And this is where I start my research. Blue Jays, there was too many contradictions, but I'll read it to you. There's line support. It's actually going in their favor. They got Bechet and Guerrero. Like if you've been following me, we go Bechet and Guerrero often. They're decent to get one hits. Reliable starter in Bassett. Let me make sure. Yesterday's video, I realized, or Bob pointed out, that the pitching was off. It was the wrong pitcher. So let me kind of confirm this real quick because I did make some edits. So let me make sure on that. Yeah, so Bassett is correct. You see, so now I do have the updated pitcher, which is awesome. So I'm glad you pointed that out, Bob. Let me get back into this. So, anyways, what I was trying to say is that the wrong pitcher was being shown in this data, but now it's fixed. So anyways, reliable starter with Bassett, Tampa's bullpen, and regression indicators despite recent streak. So what it's saying is that Tampa Bay has a recent streak, but there's indications that a regression's coming, and the bullpen is weak for Tampa. All right, we got the Rangers. I'm not even going to go over this. The Rangers should whoop on the White Sox, but they lost yesterday actually. So the White Sox, I took a $1 bet on the White Sox at a +1.5. because some indications were showing that, and I wanted to test it. And I even forgot why I wanted to test it. I think it was the home record and stuff like that. I got to start writing this stuff down. But anyways, I did a $1 test, and the White Sox won 10-5. That's the reason I know that. Anyways, I'm not trusting the Rangers at all because of the home record for the White Sox and the away record for the Rangers. So, like, if you've noticed, 2 days ago we took a loss on the Rangers, and it was because of those reasons. And sure enough, they lost again yesterday. So, anyways, we got the Yankees here. It's a very strong play. It's very, very lopsided. I'm not going to get into all those details. I do have a lot of details, but I will tell you I am taking the Yankees, and I'm also taking the Phillies. But I'm going to give you the very strong Giants. I'm going to give you the breakdown of the Giants, and then if you guys want the exactly how I'm playing the Yankees, and if you guys want to see how I played the Yankees and the Phillies game and the Giants game, I'm going to give you the Giants exactly how I broke it down. I'm telling you, I'm going with the Phillies and the Yankees. But if you want to see the exact way that I bet them, go to the link in the description and click on VIP. I'm also going to share this inside the Discord. So if you haven't done so, go to the Discord and make sure you get hooked up inside the Discord as well. And the VIP, I already threw these 3 plays out there before I started this live. So VIP gets them very early. You're able to get more juice, or better juice, I should say. So your odds are cheaper if you're in the VIP because you get the plays a lot earlier. So I know there's people in the Discord also that get a lot of information as well. So I appreciate all of you. And also check out the free picks. So the free picks, I'm actually going to throw in my batter props. The guy did work today, so he has the batter props ready to go. I'm just going to go through them, sort them out, and make sure that they're good. And then I'm going to throw them out inside the free picks. So make sure you go also subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Let me see. There's about 12 people on X. If you're on X, go to the link in the description and then click on free picks. Also, make sure you subscribe inside of YouTube for Beast Sports Picks. All right, let me break down let me go back to this. I'm going to tell you straight up, the Yankees is a lopsided game. It's very, very strong towards the Yankees. And again, like if you saw yesterday, they won 13-1. Then the Phillies are very strong as well. Let me turn on this light. Give me a second. The Phillies is very strong as well. They got an 8-game winning streak. They got an elite lineup, and they have depth. Also, they have a very strong pitching edge with Sanchez versus Springs. Let me make sure on that. I'm almost guaranteed that that's what it is. Springs. No, what the hell? Phillies. It's Luzardo versus Lugano. Okay, so I got to check that out. But anyways, it's telling me there's a pitching edge here. I've already done a lot more research. This is what, like I mentioned yesterday, this right here that you're looking at is the stuff that I get the night before. And I look at this as a starting point. Then I do my very deep analysis. You'll see exactly the breakdown on the Giants, on how much research goes into this. And then you can decide if it's worth following. If you like this sort of information, make sure you subscribe. But I'm going to get deeper into this. And like I said, the Angels, I'm going to stay away from, but it's a very strong lean. 8-game winning streak, consistent power hitting. They're one of the best teams in baseball right now to get hits and to get on base. They have a very strong home record as well. The Marlins are struggling on the road, and they got one of the worst pitching ERAs. All right, let me get right into the Giants. So check this out, guys. Make sure you subscribe, guys, if you like this sort of information. Okay, this is going to be a pretty deep analysis, but it's going to go very fast. The Giants, they started at a minus 152 as an underdog, or I'm sorry, as a favorite, and now they're at a minus 158. So what that tells you is that the line shifted in the Giants' favor. Also, it's a 79% percentage of the money and the bets. 79% of the money is coming in on the Giants. 82% of the bets are coming in on the Giants. So when there's that much of a strong money coming in, then usually a lot of people fade the public and stuff like that. But that's not a strategy. What you have to look at is the line move, and the line move is showing you here that it's, even though all this money and all this betting stuff is coming in on the Giants, the line is still shifting. I hope that makes sense. All right. Also, I normally don't show this stuff, but you can see right there, this big sharp key right there, this little sharp knife. That means the sharp money is coming in on the Giants. So not only is the public aligning, the sharp money is aligning, the line move is aligning, and then I'm going to give you all the other stuff that's aligning as well. And one of the strong reasons why I think people are going to stay away from this game is because of the batters for the Nationals. And also the record. The record's been very, very decent. But let me break it down for you further. The Rays pitcher right here is Robbie Ray. He's got six wins, 0 losses. His ERA is amazing. He's got 62 strikeouts. You compare that to Soroka. He's a younger dude. 1 win, 2 losses, 5.95 ERA with only 23 strikeouts. So the lack of depth right here compare these two right here. Soroka has got nothing on Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray right here, like I mentioned, he's got 6 wins, 0 losses, 2.6 ERA, 62 strikeouts, and a walk percentage of 1.22. Compare that again to the starter for Washington, and it's Soroka. This is telling me a little bit of a different stat. 1 win, 4 losses, 6.12 ERA. So that's why I like to look at different data points, but it's very close. So it is telling me that this dude is not as good as Robbie Ray. I confirmed that over here with the lineup, like how they look against each other. So you can see the Nationals and the Giants right here. And you can look at overall the what do you call it? The batters versus the pitcher. This is called the splits. And what the splits is basically just gives you the breakdown of one batter versus the pitcher. And the overall splits in general looks a lot better for first of all, these guys don't have a lot of history with against this pitcher, Michael Soroka, because he has not been pitching to them. And then you got over here, Robbie Ray has been pitching to them, and you can see there's one guy, Ahmed Rosario, which gets a lot of hits off of him, but nobody else does. Look at this guy, faced him 15 times, 2 hits. This guy faced him twice. Overall, the record on the splits it's not lopsided at all. There's not enough information to look at the splits, but even then, it's still favoring Robbie Ray. Okay, so San Francisco has a 78% chance. It's a win probability for them to win. And if you guys, like I said, man, if you guys like this sort of information, make sure you subscribe. Check out the free picks, and make sure you check out the Discord. And like I mentioned, in sports betting, the timing is very, very important. Let me break this down for you real quick. In sports betting, the timing is very, very important, because if I put in a bet right now and then you put in a bet an hour from now, those odds can be dramatically different. And I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna show you the last stat that I'm gonna show you. It's an injury report, and sometimes when the injury report comes out, the lines shift and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is that the earlier you get the bet in, the better. Okay, because that's when you get the best value. So again, make sure you get the free picks right there, but check out also the 1 day pass, 1 week pass, or the 1 month pass. And for 1 day, just check us out. Let us know. And then also the community, we have about 60 people inside the Discord. So check that out. Also, make sure you subscribe, guys. All right, let me break down the Giants game even further. Not only is the great pitching starting for Robbie Ray, but check out the bullpen. The bullpen comparison right here, you can see the Giants are elite. They're one of the best bullpens in baseball. If you don't know what bullpen is just the relievers that come in after the starting pitcher. And again, you can see the word right here, elite. They're 2.61. Compare that to the Nationals. It's at the bottom in baseball right now. They're one of the worst bullpens. Walk-on base percentage, one per inning. This one is almost 2 per inning. Average, okay, and you got Giants bullpen ranks top tier in control and limiting base traffic. All that's saying is that not only is the starting pitching very strong, but so is the bullpen as well. Okay, so Giants right here, you can clearly see it says Giants by a landslide. Okay, also Washington's pen is fatigued, they're vulnerable, and Giants can shut the gate. Okay, now this is the one stat that I was trying to explain to you. A lot of people might skip on this game because the stats show that the Washington Nationals have a 7-3 record in the last 10, and the Giants only have a 6-4 record in the last 10. But if you go over here and you look at the injuries for Washington, you can see they're missing Gore, they're missing Young, and they're missing Cruz. So all these guys are batters, decent batters and stuff like that. Center field. Whatever. Either way, what I'm trying to say is that the injuries make an important impact. So you got to take that into consideration as well. So here's the biggest one too, is if you look at the ninth inning right here, it's telling you basically what it's telling you. So there's two different things that you got to look at on this screenshot. Number one is you see the Nationals to bat in the ninth inning. It's telling you it's a very heavy yes. Okay, a minus 250 is very heavy favorite. So if you look at this minus 250 as a heavy favorite, it's telling you that the Nationals are going to bat in the ninth inning. Okay, so let me explain this a little further. I've done this screenshot only a couple of times, so I'm going to give you a breakdown of what this is, and then I'm going to break down the hits. So basically, again, in baseball, if you're the home team and you're winning, you don't get to bat in the ninth anymore. The game just ends at the top of the ninth, or the middle of the ninth, I should say. So let's say, for example, the Nationals are at home and they're going against the Giants. The top of the ninth is the Giants and they're winning. Now, when it comes down to the bottom of the ninth, if the Nationals were winning, they would not bat anymore. The game would end and the Nationals win. But here, it's telling you the Nationals are going to bat in the ninth, and it's a heavy favorite yes. Okay? So what that's telling you, again, is that the Nationals will be losing in the ninth inning. So they're gonna have to swing the bat in the ninth inning, according to this data right here. All right, now another stronger thing, too, is the Nationals to get a hit, 7.5 hits. The favorite is yes on a 7.5. You compare that to the Giants, it's over 8.5. So they're basically, the Giants are projected to get 9 hits, and the Nationals are projected to get 8 hits. Okay, so that's not that strong of a lean on the difference. But look at again on the ninth inning. What do you call it? Statistic there. Now, one of the other things I wanted to break down real quick is the projected score. This is just projections, and you can see this record right here. The 3 little circles, the 4 little circles here, whatever, 5 circles. You can see that overall the Giants don't look good compared to the Nationals, like I had just mentioned. You look at the Nationals over here, and they're 4 out of the last 5 they've won the game, and their record is pretty decent at a 24-27. And so again, you look over here, the Giants are 30-22, so they're over a 500 team. Overall, the last 5 games, the Giants don't look that good. But again, look at the projection. They're supposed to win by 1.5 runs, almost 1.5 runs, and then you got the Giants with a decent record. But again, remember the injuries, the pitching, the bullpen, all of it is favoring the Giants. So here's the slip, guys. This is what I'm going with. And like I said, if you look at my slip right here, you're going to see a minus 157. Like I mentioned, I got this about an hour ago. The lines were already heavier on different books. They were some books had them at minus 165, other books had them at minus 170, things like that. So if you get this earlier in the day, you're going to get better value. And the way you get that is go to the link in the description, click on free picks. Also, make sure you get the VIP pass on the Discord. Let's see what else I had in here. So, like I mentioned, guys, I'm going to go back into. I do like the Phillies, and I do like the what do you call it? The Yankees. The Phillies and the Yankees is not even close. Let me just read some stats real quick. I'm not going to go through everything like this breakdown that I just gave you. So Luzardo is pitching for the Phillies, and he's going against Hulan, and the ERA is a big lopsided. Okay, there's a momentum. The Phillies have won 9 straight games. They're on a 9-game winning streak. Oakland A's are on a 11-game losing streak. So it's a huge momentum difference. Bullpen advantage in the last 3 games. The A's are 6 ERA versus the Phillies for the bullpen. I'm not talking about the starting pitching. It's a 4.5. So there's a bullpen edge, a starting pitching edge, a big momentum shift edge. Like I said, Oakland A's are on an 11-game losing streak, and the Phillies are on a 9-game winning streak. So there is a little bit of a hesitation there because obviously there's regression coming, but everything else points that they should whoop on the Oakland A's. There's also a 78% chance win probability that the Phillies are going to take this. All right. All right. Now the Yankees. Bob is saying to watch the weather in the Yankee Stadium. Okay, let me give you the breakdown. Or I'm sorry, in the Rocky Stadium. So what I see here is I was not looking at the weather, but I will give you the breakdown anyway. The sharp money is coming in heavy for the Yankees. There was at a minus 270. Now it's at a minus 305. There's a very elite pitching mismatch. It's Warren with a 4.0 ERA versus Santanella is one of the worst. Santanella is one of the worst pitchers in baseball. He has a record of 1-8. So he's lost 8 games already. He's only won 1 game. There's a bullpen destruction also. The Yankees have a 3.2 ERA compared to the Rockies at a 4.5. But if you look at the last 3 games in general, the Rockies are at a 6.23. So the bullpen is a huge mismatch for the Yankees. And then you look at, there's an offensive explosion. If you look at the OBS, let me actually show you this. The OBS for, let me see. OPS, not OBS. What the hell am I talking about? Give me a second. All right, it's not coming up for me. I'm not going to try to look for it right now. I was not planning on showing it. But basically, the OPS, meaning the I'm thinking of 2 different things. OBS is the on-base percentage. The on-base percentage, I'm tripping, man. I'm looking at this data, and I'm trying to see over here. Sorry about that. So basically, the Yankees are number 3 on getting on base, is what I'm trying to say. And Rockies are number 26. So think about this. In the last 7 days, the Yankees are on the top of the baseball, and the Rockies are all the way at the bottom to get on base. Okay. Also, this one's very crazy. The Rockies, Yankees beat them 13-1 yesterday, and then the Rockies have started a 52. What is this? They have the worst 52 game start since 1901. Okay, let me kind of take a screenshot of this so you can see how crazy this is. Let me take a screenshot real quick. All right. So check this out. Yankees have crushed them. They won 13-1, like I said yesterday. The Rockies have the worst 52-game start since 1901. That's historically goes back, what is that, 124 years. Rockies have the worst start in baseball in 124 years. That is just crazy as hell to even say that. What else did I have here? Yeah, and the last thing I'll mention is the Yankees have an 82% chance probability to win. Let me go back to see what Bob was saying here about the wind. Or the weather, I should say. So we're looking here. It says showers, precipitation. I don't know what you're looking at, Bob. What do you want me to look at? The wind or what? I see showers, 52%, precipitation, humidity. I don't know what I'm looking at. So anyway, let me know what you want me to look at. But what I see there is just showers. It doesn't tell me anything about strong winds or anything like that. There was a very strong wind game that came up for me. I forgot which one it was, but it was saying that it was almost 18 mile per hour winds. Oh, here it is. I think this is what he's saying. 9.1 miles per hour winds. I think that's what you're trying to say. Let me know if I'm not correct in that. So I guess he's saying there's a 10, almost 10 mile per hour winds. Okay, and it's coming in. So anyways, the wind is, you can see the arrows right here is pointing to coming in. So it's going to be less hits and stuff like that. But like I gave you all the mismatches. I gave you all the reasoning. I believe the Yankees have a very, very, very strong edge today against the Rockies. And like I said yesterday, I took them and they won by 12. All right, guys, let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'm going to be hopping off. If you're on Twitter, make sure you go to YouTube and type in Beast Sports Picks. Also go to YouTube and subscribe. Oh, okay, he's saying there's just a possibility of being canceled due to rain. Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you, especially here being on a Sunday. We've been we were on a very decent win streak, and then it was a break even, and then a very bad one losing day 2 days ago, and then yesterday put us back in the green again. Let's make that 2 days in a row. I'm gonna put up some batter props. So if you want the batter props, I'm gonna throw them in for free today. So make sure you go to the link in the description and go to where it says free, and I'll throw in the batter props right there. All right, guys, let's have another great day, man. Appreciate you all.